This video describes the base genetics involved in modern day hybrid breeding. For northern countries such as the UK, Scandinavia and most of Northern Europe, we rely on a combination of Flint lines and Dent parents. Flint lines are characterised by extreme cold tolerance but have a very low yield. This is demonstrated here by having a very low productive capacity. In order to increase the purity of the lines, we self them, going from potentially an F7 cross right down to an F1. By selfing the lines, you can see a depression in productive performance. This is actually intentional in plant breeding to provide the most pure base genetics before we hybridise. The second part of maize breeding is to look at the yield performance. To do this, we need to access Dent genetics. Dent genetics has a much higher yield performance compared to the Flint. However, it lacks the cold tolerance or early vigour that we often require for northern markets. In similar to Flint lines, we also self the Dent lines, going from potentially a D7 cross, depressing this right down to a D1 cross. We are now ready to cross the two lines and create our first hybrid. The simplest combination is Dent 1 times Flint 1, and this is then the maize hybrid that results from that cross. Behind me is an example of commercial seed production. The typical ratio for commercial seed production is 4 female Dent parents plus 2 male Flint lines. The system is essentially the same across most major breeding programs. The Dent lines serve to carry the seed, and these ears will be threshed in a bunker harvester, typically in September or October, and then harvested for seed. The male parent lines act as the pollinator. Typically, we rely on one row to act as the primary pollinator and a second row as a reserve or insurance to guarantee we have enough pollen. One of the aspects to consider with seed production is the quality of pollination. A couple of observations to that effect. First of all, the Dent parent must be made sterile. This is done mechanically by removing the tassel from the Dent line. Failure to do this will result in self-pollination and a non-hybrid production. The other aspect is the quality of the Flint line. This becomes more crucial as we develop earlier and earlier hybrids. The Flint line becomes more and more depressed. If the line is too depressed, then the height of these tassels required to pollinate the female ear will not be well balanced, resulting in poor quality seed production. The final element of our maize breeding demonstration is to demonstrate the types of hybrids we can produce from it. The most common hybrid in the market is a 3-way hybrid. This is a combination of a Dent parent pre-crossed and then combined with a male Flint line. Other hybrid crosses include a double hybrid, which is a hybrid itself times a line, although this is far less common, and older type hybrids are a single cross or 2-way hybrid. All 3 types of hybrids are available to farmers in the UK market. As an example of a 3-way hybrid cross, we first of all have to create a Dent parent. To do this, we cross 2 Dent female lines together, both of which result in a hybrid of itself. This hybrid or Dent parent line will carry significantly more seed in commercial seed production.